this morning on today's Countdown to Beijing, an example of what the Olympic Games are all about, friendly competition. NBC's George Lewis has the story.
It takes a bit of a stretch to imagine these guys doing this in America's heartland. This is the national basketball team from Iran. You know, the country that calls the USA the Great Satan, the country that held 52 American diplomats hostage for 444 days, and along with Iraq and North Korea was listed by President Bush as a big-time adversary.
States like these and their terrorist allies constitute an axis of evil.
Iran! But this year, Iran began dropping hints that its basketball players wouldn't mind visiting America on their way to the Beijing Olympics, a little diplomatic thaw between the two countries.
They got invited here to Salt Lake City for a series of exhibition games against U.S. players, part of a people-to-people exchange between Iran and the U.S. started by the State Department a couple of years ago.
Monday night, they squared off against NBA rookies and other hopefuls in a summer league game hosted by the Utah Jazz. And the president of the franchise was all jazzed about having the Iranians here.
This is a great opportunity internationally and promote the Olympics and the brotherhood of basketball, and so we said, let's do it.
A sizable group of Iranian expatriates turned out to cheer for their countrymen.
I've lived in Utah for 13 years. I'm an Iranian immigrant. This is probably the proudest moments I've had in 13 years.
And the folks from Utah also endorsed the notion of substituting hoops for hostility.
I think it's great. I think it's a good idea to have them color. I think it's wonderful.
The Iranian players say they're all big fans of the NBA.
Michael Jordan, he's the best player athlete in the world, I think. And for the moment now, is Kobe Bryant. He's doing very good.
And for them, getting to play basketball in America is the thrill of a lifetime. But for team captain Samad Nika, this trip was tinged with sadness. The loss of his brother Aidin, the team's best player, killed in an automobile accident last December in Iran. At halftime Monday night, the mother of the two young men was honored, presented with a jersey bearing her late son's number.
Thank you all. Good luck. Thank you.
In the second half of the game, the Americans pulled way ahead of the Iranians, beating them by 25 points, 82-57. But far from being upset, the members of Team Iran, glad to have been here, tossed roses to the fans in the arena. And would they like to come back someday? No question about it. A slam dunk. For today, George Lewis, NBC News, Salt Lake City.
And we should let folks know today we'll be in Beijing starting on August 4th.